little better, perhaps. Can you hear me? Nope. How about now? A little better? A little better? Okay, gentlemen. Thank you very much. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to your inauguration of the officials that you have elected to lead your state. This afternoon, as they take the oath of office, they will pledge, listen to their oath, and understand that as citizens of Mountaineer Boys State, we are all accepting that pledge to lead, to step up, and to take ownership of our government in a very big way. Democracy only works when we work to make democracy. It is my pleasure to introduce, for the last time, the governor of the 78th Mountaineer Boys State, Carlo Perry.
Okay, it's weird being up here for the last time. Let's get this started. Today's pledge will be given by Caleb Weekly from Monroe. Prayer will be given from Jared Witt from Webster. And the national anthem, if I can have Austin Miller from Kanawha.
Let's bow our heads and pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this wonderful day, and bless all these people that are here. Bless the veterans. Bless all these officials that are elected. Thank you for all these counselors have done for us. Amen.
If you please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you all join me in singing the national anthem? Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perils of time, for the red bonds we so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in
my privilege to now hand over the mic for his farewell address, Governor Perry.
So I wrote this down. It was a little bit messy, and I'd rather speak the words that I had written before than actually try to go off script here, because I think it'll sound a little bit better. So bear with me. It should be a little bit under 4 minutes. As you're beginning to find out, Boys State is truly a unique, extraordinary experience gifted to us, a privileged few. It would be distasteful to realize such a generous gift without expressing gratitude. Today, my gratitude goes out to my family, my friends, my Boys State family, my counselors, and all of the wonderful men and women who dedicate themselves to the operation of this program, especially the American Legion. To my friends, family, Boys State class, especially my cabin mates and my counselors, without your infallible support, encouragement, and guidance, I would not be here speaking these words today. Nor would I have the friendships, experiences, or memories I now consider myself blessed to have. To the volunteer staff of this camp and the American Legion, your service to me and others is, in my opinion, in more ways than I could ever express here, one of the noblest endeavors I've ever had the honor to witness, let alone to be a part of. Your efforts have given me the ability to realize the time of my life, and because of your example, I am proud to say that I will be leaving this position a better man than the one who went in. Indeed, last June, a bright-eyed, smiley, young kid walked into the very same camp that you're at right now. He made a lot of great friends, marveled at the way sunlight can illuminate the backs of 387 marching gold shirts, and he even found himself a pretty cool job. But before he knew it, his experience was over, and his 387 gold shirt wearing friends and brothers left. Because of his job, he could not follow his brothers. Now, after working a whole year, he is no longer a kid, but a man, surrounded by faces he does not know and who do not know him. He is standing at a podium, speaking to those faces, and he is happy because he knows that soon, like his brothers did long ago, it will be his time to leave. I am so proud to have been the 78th governor of Mountaineer Boys State. I am so proud of all of you for being here and for making the most of this exceptional opportunity. I am so proud to say that now I can look into the face and the eyes of any older person and tell them that their future is in good hands. Thank you.
Too much paper in my life today. Sorry about that. To continue on, I would like to introduce the judge who will be swearing in the officials that you have elected. Judge Marks was born and raised in Clarksburg. He attended Harrison County Public Schools, has a 1974 political science degree from West Virginia University, and a 1977 law degree from the West Virginia College of Law. He practiced law in Clarksburg from 1977 to 1996, concentrating in the area of criminal and civil trials. He was appointed by then Governor Gaston Caperton to the bench in the 15th Judicial Circuit, Harrison County. taking office on February 1st, 1996. He was then elected in 1996, 2000, and 2008. He has served as chief judge several times during his tenure on the bench. He is a member of the Harrison County Judicial Association, the West Virginia State Bar, and the Harrison County Bar Association. He received the 2000 Outstanding Judicial Service Award from the West Virginia Trial Lawyers Association. He has been assigned to sit on the Supreme Court of Appeals of the state of West Virginia as a temporary justice on a number of occasions in which a justice was recused from a case. Judge Marks presides over the adult drug court in Harrison County. He and his wife, Linda Kay, have 4 children, and Judge Marks is a fellow MBS citizen. Judge Marks. Get the list of candidates.
Yeah. Thank you. We ready?
Yep.
Supreme Court,
Yes.
Supreme Court justices. Where do you want them?
Here at the mic, one at a time.
One at a time. And you are
Ryan Young.
Ryan Young. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ryan Young,
I, Ryan Young,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as a Supreme Court justice
as a Supreme Court justice,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations. Justice Doyle. I'm sorry.
Marquis College.
Repeat after me. I, Marquis College,
I, Marquis College,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as a Supreme Court
as
justice
a Supreme Court justice,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Justice. Mr. Career, raise your right hand. I, Greg Career,
I, Greg Career,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as a Supreme Court justice
as a Supreme Court justice,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Justice Career. Justice Doyle, correct? Pardon? Weimer. Raise your right hand. I, Jonathan Weimer,
I, Jonathan Weimer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
and I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me on the provisions of law
as a Supreme Court justice
as a Supreme Court justice,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Justice. You must be Sean Doyle. Raise your right hand. I, Sean Doyle,
I, Sean Doyle,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State.
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as a Supreme Court Justice
as a Supreme Court Justice,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Justice. Attorney General Jacob Earl. Repeat after me. I, Jacob Earl,
I, Jacob Earl,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Mountain Legion Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as Attorney General
as Attorney General
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Mr. Attorney General. Commissioner of Agriculture, Hayden Miller. Repeat after me. I, Hayden Miller,
I, Hayden Miller,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as Commissioner of Agriculture
as Commissioner of Agriculture,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Mr. Commissioner. Treasurer Andrew Slesser. He's writing. I, Andrew Slesser,
I, Andrew Slesser,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
and I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as Treasurer
as Treasurer,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Mr. Treasurer. Auditor Dewey Calhoun Brown. That's right. I, Dewey Calhoun Brown,
I, Dewey Calhoun Brown,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me upon the provisions of law
as auditor
as auditor
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Ms. White. Secretary of State, Camden White. Repeat after me. I, Camden White,
I, Camden White,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as Secretary of State,
as Secretary of State
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations, Mr. Secretary. Governor, now Deal. Repeat after me. I, Niall Deal,
I, Niall Deal,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State,
the Constitution of the American Legion Mountaineers Boys State,
and that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
that I will honestly and faithfully perform the duties
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
imposed upon me under the provisions of law
as Governor,
as Governor,
to the best of my skill and judgment.
to the best of my skill and judgment.
Congratulations. They said they wanted me swearing these two. They want to do that.
All right, guys. Well, Carlos had a pretty high bar. Probably not gonna reach it. I'll try, you know. So I had this whole speech prepared and everything, and then I definitely didn't forget to put it from my email to my phone. But I do have one thing from the speech. It is a quote. Now, a lot of you don't know probably much about my personal life, but I personally love Game of Thrones. I think it's an awesome show, you know. Yeah! Alright, so there's this guy in it called Tyrion. He makes these awesome quotes. He says, "Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you. I want to tell you all that you're very special in your own ways, and I would love to meet every single one of you and hear every single one of your stories. And I want you all to help me make this state better. My main plan is to unite both of these parties so that we will be heard not only by the West Virginia legislature, but by the entire nation. Can't promise I'll do a better job than Carlo. He's pretty good, you know. But I'll try. I would like to also point out that we're part of the United States. We need to stay united as Americans and not as Democrats or Republicans or Federalists and Nationalists. We need to recognize that we're all combined under this flag right here. It's a great country. And with that, I would also like to thank so many people. It's unbelievable being here. You guys are such great guys. All these guys, let's give it one more clap for them. And every single one of you, actually. It's honestly an honor just serving you guys, just standing here. It's unbelievable. I want to thank the citizens for voting for me. I appreciate every single one of you, and I promised I would hear every single one of you. And if you definitely come talk to me if you can. I'm up at Barber Cabin. You know, there's not many people in there. You should be able to find me. Secondly, I would like to thank Barber Cabin. There's only 16 of us. You know, we're pretty small, but we have a lot of spirit. We have 2 state representatives up here. That's pretty good. Out of 16, that's 1/8. I think it's pretty good. But I would also like to thank all the counselors devoting their time being here. I know that you guys probably don't get paid. I'm not entirely sure, but no, you guys don't get paid. You're all shaking your head no. So, well, we appreciate you being here, even though you could be making money. I'd also like to thank the American Legion for putting this on for all of us to come here and enjoy this this experience. I would also like to thank the veterans. So without the veterans, we wouldn't be able to have the freedom to do this camp and to have this great country that we live in. And lastly, I would like to thank, where is he? I don't see him. Where's Nima? Alright, well I don't know where Nima is. I don't see him. But I was only elected yesterday, so it was pretty intense. But And he's like, oh, here's this. You gotta appoint this. You have to write this speech for tomorrow. And I'm just, but he helped me through all of it. He's been an awesome advisor. He's done great. And I would also like to thank my family right over there. They're pretty cool. You know. So I feel like the speech has fallen off, and I can tell a lot of you probably just want to go do your athletics and stuff now. You know, sand volleyball, we're gonna crush it. Bar, yeah. All right. So with that, I'm out.
To start off, we have Bailey interviewing Niall Deal and his reaction to the governor. Niall, a hard
So no, how's it feel to be governor? Well, I'm honored that so many people chose me, and I'll do my very best to represent you all as bestly and as fairly as I can. Now that you're a governor, man, what's your first act? Going to sleep. I'm tired. But no, I have big plans for this camp. I want to get us heard by the actual West Virginia legislature.
Thanks, Bailey. Yesterday we got a visit from Secretary of State Natalie Tennant. Here's Graylin with more.
Natalie, for those who don't really know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I am currently Secretary of State in my second term, and I am from Marion County, where I grew up on a farm, youngest of 7 children, graduate of Mountaineer High School, proud to say, and Western University, and a lot of folks know me because I was the first woman Mountaineer mascot back in 1990. And proud of the work that we do as Secretary of State. Well, I was also a television reporter.
Would you say that voice training would benefit leadership skills or strengthen these kind of characteristics for those wanting to pursue a occupation in democracy?
Yes, as I said earlier, our occupation in democracy is our being citizens, whether we're elected officials, whether we carry a lunch bucket underground every day or work in 3D printing. That is our job in democracy, is being a citizen and really being participating in it. And I think the Boy State certainly strengthens that, because what you all do is meet people from around the state, and you're going to have lifelong friendships from somebody that you didn't go to high school with, and that's an important part of growing as a leader, as growing as a citizen also, is understanding where other people are coming from.
Thank you, Graylin, and thank you, Natalie Tennant, for giving us a Tune in tomorrow for more updates.
How y'all doing? I'm Auditor David Brown. I'm gonna sell some land around Boise State. This right here is worth about 80 grand. We're gonna sell it to you for $425. That's right, I said $425. $425. Oh, hey, there you are. You see the piece of property right here? That's about, let me check, $53,000. I'm gonna sell it to you for $269 and $25.6. That's right, $25.6 for this nice big property right here. Look at this open pasture right here. We got 7.23 acres of land, soccer field and a softball field. We have priced about $36,000, but you can buy it for $180.75.